Welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather and today we are starting the romance category reading vlog for the GoodReads Choice Awards. Now, I'm not really happy with the GoodReads Choice Awards for the romance category at all because there's absolutely like no diversity on there, and the books that were picked, like, congratulations to everyone, you know, but there's just like, there was no queer romances, there were 2 authors of color on there, and it's just like kind of like a letdown, you know. But my Instagram, they really wanted me to read the romance category, which, you know, romance is really good for the most part, and I understand why people want me to read romance. If I have time, I will also do a horror one to this. I might still do it anyways, but it'll just probably come out a little bit later. But anyways, to this, I made pretty little graphics. Here are all of the books that are in the running for the best romances of 2023 according to GoodReads, even though there are more than I want to see on there. Anyways, here is my chart, and then the books that I already have read are in yellow. I have read The Longest Game, and I ended up giving this 4.5 stars. I really like, or it's The Long Game. I really liked this book. It wasn't everybody's favorite, and it's rated rather low for like the average ratings, or the average rating, like star rating, plus the ratings for this book are pretty low as well. So I don't think that this one is going to be in the last like 10 to 15 books for the GoodReads, but I did want to say I read this. I've also read The King of Pride, which I gave 4.5 stars, I believe, and I rounded up to a 5. Hold please. That was the one thing that I forgot to look up. Let me find it right quick. The King of Pride, I really liked this. Yeah, I gave it a 4.5. It was really good. I rounded up to 5 on GoodReads, but the rest I have not read. I do have the ones that are in teal right here. I have a little teal I do have on me at the moment. So I have Happy Place. Obviously I knew this was going to be on there. Practice Makes Perfect. This sounds actually really cute, but it's one of the on the lower end. And Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez, which, yes, okay. So I have those already. I also believe that some of these are on Kindle Unlimited too. So if I can find them on Kindle Unlimited, I'll get those on Kindle Unlimited. But I'm not going to start actually reading any of these books until the 16th or until the 17th, when all of the final prediction, or like, you know, all the final books come out for the last round. But I did want to show you the ratings for all of these books. Here they are right here. And also I have went through all of these books, and the ones that are in yellow are the ones that I believe are going to end up in the top 10. I do have a chart for the top 15 as well. So the top 10 I have, and sorry, my computer's like over here, so I'll be looking over here. The Right Move, which is also like the highest rated at a 4.47. I have not read that. Yours Truly is on there. Final Offer, believe, is going to be in the top, because everybody that I know, like everyone in the romance community, has either read or has this on their TBR. Love Theoretically is on there. That's Allie Hazelwood, which I believe is going to, well, I believe it's going to be on in the last. We have Powerless. That's one of the lower, it has some of the lower ratings, but the rating for it is 4.14 star, if I can speak. So I do believe that that might make it in there for the top 10. Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score. Everyone I know has read this book. I have not read it yet, but my library has it. Plus I also think it's on Kindle Unlimited, so I'll be able to find it if it is. Happy Place, obviously, it's Emily Henry. She has over 500,000 ratings on this, and it's at a 4.07 star. So, you know, it's Emily Henry. King of Pride by Anna Wong. I did read that, and I've already talked about it. I think that that's going to be on there because Anna Wong's books are amazing, and it has over 90,000 ratings. Meet Me at the Lake. It has over 140,000 ratings, so obviously I think it's going to be on there. And then the romantic comedy, which I have heard, I do think that's going to be on the list that is going to come out later on. But I have heard that that is not a true romance, which happens on the GoodReads Choice Awards a lot. There are books in the romance category that aren't considered actual romance. They're more literary fiction that has romance in them. So we'll see. We'll see if that one's around. But the next one that I want to show you is the top 15. So yellow, we already went over. Teal, or like the greeny color on the screen. Those are the ones, if they do a top 15, because I think that they have done top 15 in the past. I think it was last year, maybe. Top 12, top 15. I'm going to do top 15. So if they do top 15 again, then I believe the Megan Quinn one's going to be on there, even though it doesn't have a lot of ratings, as much rate. I mean, 50,000 ratings is a lot. But even if it doesn't have like over 100,000, whatever, Megan Quinn is very popular in the romance community. I like her romances. They're very quirky. There's a good banter. It's just, it's cute. And I really did like the first book in this series. Then we also have the 7-Year Slip. This is also one of the ones that doesn't have as many ratings as all the other ones, but I have heard all of the people in the romance community talking about this book and saying that they absolutely loved it. So I was really surprised when I only saw that it has 42,000 ratings. Obviously, I think Christina Lauren is going to be on there. Christina Lauren is on there every year. Yep. Practice makes perfect. I mentioned that earlier. I have the book right here. I think even though it only has 72,000 ratings, I do think that it's going to be on the top 15 list if it comes around. I have Pucking Around as well on there because it has 70,000 ratings plus Hockey Romance. It's like super hot right now and everyone loves it. And those are my top 15 predictions. So it is the 14th at the moment. And I will start, obviously I have some of these books already. I will see if my library has more. I'll see if some of these are on Kindle Unlimited to see if I am going to, you know, read any of those. When the next group of books comes out, that's when I will start reading those. I might not read all of them, but I want to see what is picked before I start, like, you know, trying to read 10 books in 10 days. So we'll see. But yeah, those are my predictions. Those are the books that I believe will be on the top 10 and top 15 lists. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. And I will see you again when the final results come out. We'll see them together. I will react with you. But yeah, we're just waiting for the final results to come out and then we'll start with his reading vlog. It is time to reveal what the top 10 romances of 2023 are according to GoodReads. So I have my little chart up here of all my predictions. We'll see if I'm correct or not. And let's go ahead and get started on this. Okay, I already knew Happy Place was going to be on there. I already have that. I already have that book. Things We Hide from the Light. I already have that on my Kindle. Love Theoretically. Have that. No, I don't have that. I don't have that one. Sorry. Yours Truly. Have that one. King of Pride. I have already read that one. Oh. See, I did not think that the 7-Year Slip or Wildfire were going to be on the top 10, but they are. So that replaces my prediction for, was it Powerless? Yeah, Powerless, and the one we meet at the lake, I think. Yes, and then of course romantic comedies on there. I'm not going to read romantic comedy because I have heard it's more of a literary fiction book than it is romance, which is something that GoodReads does a lot, and I don't want to read it, so I'm not going to waste my time reading it. Final Offer, I believe I'll be able to find a copy of that in the right move. So here are all of my predictions that I had, and then here are all the top 10 finalists. The Reddit out ones are the ones that did not make it to the top 10, and then the ones with the outline around it, the red outline, are the ones that I thought were going to be on there, but they weren't. And then the one with the teal outline, The King of Pride, is the one that I've already read. So those are the top 10 finalists. I have a few already on my Kindle, or I have like paperbacks, or you know, I just have the physical copy. I also have Wildfire already on Scribed, so I'll be able to listen to that. I don't know if I'm going to get to all 10 of these, but I'm going to read as many as I can before, what day is it? Because I don't know the date. I don't know my dates. Before December 7th. So I have today, which is the 28th, until December 7th to read as many of these books for the top 10 finalists as I can. I've already read, like I said, King of Pride. I'm not going to read romantic comedies, so that leaves me 8 books. And I have a few already on hand. So we'll get to those first, and then we'll see which ones I can find later on. And when I start reading one of them, I will let you know, and we'll talk about it, of course. And we'll see, like I said, how much I can get read in that short amount of time. But those are the top 10 finalists for 2023. Here to check in with you and let you know that I'm 50% into Wildfire, and it is pretty cute so far. I didn't realize that it was like a new adult book where these people are in college. We have Aurora, which is a really hard name for me to say, and we have Russ. They meet at a party one night, and they have a one-night stand together, and Aurora leaves after they do what they do, thinking that Russ doesn't want to be around her anymore after that. Like, he got what he wanted, and then, you know, bye-bye. But then there's a twist. They are working at a summer camp together. They don't realize that they're going to be there together. And there's a lot of feelings going on. They're attracted to one another. They're around a big group of friends. And they're just getting to know each other. They both have daddy issues in different ways, and Aurora uses that as a way of like being very out, like, I don't really know how to say it. Like, Aurora has a really extroverted personality, and her daddy issues stem into like her hooking up with people, where Russ's daddy issues make him very introverted, make him very quiet, and they are bonding over that, which I thought was very nice. They're actually like talking about it like adults, and they're getting to know each other, like I said, and it's just like a really cute atmosphere. They're around a whole bunch of kids, but at night, that's when they really get to talk, and they're just exploring each other. It's a very cute book. Again, I wasn't expecting to be reading a wouldn't even say YA, I would say new adult book, like a new adult romance. It is pretty steamy. There have been some pretty steamy scenes in here so far, especially their one night scene, or their one night stand scene. And yeah, they have good friend groups. Russ is a hockey player. Aurora is just a chick in college. That's about it. And again, it's cute. I don't think it's going to be a 5-star book for me. I think it'll still be a higher rated book, but I don't think it's going to be a 5-star. I can see why people really like it though. So there's that. But yeah, just wanted to fill you in and let you know that this is my first book that I'm reading. And then I will fill you in when I'm done with the book and moving on to the second book. I'm trying to read them speedy. Also, I'm listening to Wildfire on Scribed, or whatever it's called now. What is it called? They changed the name. Everand. So if you are interested, it's a pretty cool subscription. It's kind of like Audible, but it's a little bit cheaper, and you can listen to a lot of books. So there's that. I'm gonna continue listening to it, finish it up, let you know how I feel, and move on to the next book. So I just finished Wildfire, and I'm giving it 4 stars. I thought that it was a really cute book. It was steamy. There was a good friend group in here. Russ and Aurora really did grow as a couple. They took the time to learn each other. They took the time to get to know each other. They took the time to actually communicate, especially after their first encounter that they had with one another. Because their first encounter, it was a one-night stand, and they had a miscommunication, but after that they really talked to one another, and they're just really cute. I enjoyed the atmosphere of the camp. I enjoyed the overall setting. I enjoyed character development that was in there, because there was a lot. They both had some issues with family that they talked about, and they helped each other through. So it was just a really cute book. Just cute. I can see why it's a lot of people's, I can see why it was on the list. But yeah, so it's very steamy though. And I will say it's a new adult novel. And of course there's a cute little epilogue and all that kind of stuff. But overall it was a good book, and I will keep I'll keep the series on my list to continue, but I don't know if I will get to the books super soon. But they will stay on my list to continue. But I wanted to fill you in and let you know that. So let's talk the next book, because I started The Right Move last night. And I got to the 50% mark because it was so freaking good, and I am loving this book so far. It is exactly what I needed in a romance. I love I just love the writing style so much, and the humor that's in this book. And so let me tell you about the book itself before I go off the rails. We have an NBA player, and his name is Ryan, and he is a very brooding character. He is very serious. He takes his job very seriously, and his sister Stevie's best friend Indy is looking for a place to live, and Ryan has a spare room because Stevie just moved out. So they come up with this plan for Indy to move in with Ryan. She just got out of a relationship with her ex who cheated on her, so she's still going through all of that. She's just trying to figure out herself, because she's been in a relationship for so long. She was with her ex-boyfriend for 6 years, and she's never been alone before. So Ryan and her come up with this pact to help each other out. And there is a fake dating incident in here, which is really cute. I loved it. I'm just I love this book so much so far. I don't think that it's gonna get, I think it's just gonna keep getting better and better and better, honestly, just the vibes that I'm getting. But Ryan, again, he just got the captain of his NBA team, so he's under a lot of pressure, and he kind of word vomits that Indy is his girlfriend to his manager, because his manager's you really need to get a personality. So he blabs that Indy and him are dating, so that's where the fake dating thing comes in. And she also needs a date to her childhood friend's wedding, where her ex-boyfriend is going to be there. So they're just trying to help each other out. There's a lot of angst in here. They're very attracted to one another. We find something out about Ryan that was kind of unexpected, but they're just figuring it out together. They're getting to know each other. There's banter in here. At first, Ryan and Indy don't like each other, because Ryan has met Indy twice, and both of those times have not been a very good, like, meet cute situation, you know? But once they get to know each other, they are fabulous. They're polar opposites. Indy is like super outgoing, eccentric, and Ryan is, like I said, he's just very serious. So I am loving it so far, and I'm gonna continue reading it, so I will let you know how I feel about it later on. Obviously, if it stays like this, it's gonna be a 5-star read. Just saying. And I can understand why it's got the rating that it does on GoodReads, because it's just so freaking good. So thumbs up, thumbs up. Ended up finishing The Right Move. Sorry that my hair looks like this, but I washed it today, and that's just how it's gonna have to look for now. But finished The Right Move and I ended up giving it 5 stars. I told y'all if it continued like it was gonna be a 5-star read for me. This book made me feel every emotion. It made me feel angry. It made me cry a couple of times. I did cry a couple of times because it's just so sweet. It made me laugh. It made me just like feel just like really, really good, you know? But this book felt just real to me. It felt raw. It actually had issues and conflicts in here that people go through in real life, rather than it being some like extravagant, like big blow up thing. Even though Ryan and Indy didn't handle situations like I would have wanted them to, it, like I said, it did feel super real and raw. So just the way that they came to love each other, and they went from like enemy, well, not really enemies, but like hate to love. It was like hate, then it was like friendship, then it was like love, you know, and they just supported each other in every way. Dom was really supportive of Indy for something that's going on with Indy, and instead of making her feel less than, he, like I said, he supported her all the way, and he did things for her that she didn't realize that he was doing. And instead of gloating about it, he just did it out of the kindness of his heart. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, you know, that's just like, swoon. And Indy did the exact same thing for him. She made sure, because Ryan is, like I said before, he's a very serious person, but he also doesn't let people in all that much because of something that happened in the past, which is completely understandable, because what happened to him in the past is very traumatic, and I would not trust people after that either. And he has a very small circle, but she really helps him get out of his shell, and she really helps him just like realize that the people that are around him are actually really good people, and he doesn't have to be lonely all the time, because he is a very lonely person. But y'all, I can't say enough good things about this book. It was sweet, it was funny, it was really, really fun, it was a quick read. It had a lot of steam in it too, but it wasn't over the top steam. It was just like one of those books that just made me feel really good while I was reading it, and I love it when romances can do that. I really love the writing style as well. Just like I said, the humor and the banter in this was really cute, and it made me laugh out loud a couple times. I literally almost bawled my eyeballs out at one scene, because just how sweet Ryan is to this little girl that was deaf. And I'm just like, I was sitting there eating my salmon from Applebee's last night, trying not to cry in front of my child and my husband, because I was not expecting that. And then I recommend this book to you if you're looking for really good contemporary romance. It has some fake dating in it as well. So yeah, can't say enough good things. I know exactly why this book is where it is on GoodReads. I can say that I agree with this one for GoodReads, even though, you know, still wish there was a little bit more diversity on the GoodReads list. Not gonna stop saying that. But there are some diverse characters in this book as well. So, I mean, it's just so sweet, and I loved it. And I will keep thinking about it for a while. Wanted to fill you in on a few trigger warnings that are in The Right Move, because I forgot to mention them. There's trigger warnings of trauma, and there's also trigger warnings of infertility that are talked about quite a bit in this book. So just know that going into this book. I don't want people to think that like it's just like a, because it is really cute, but it's also super emotional. And I don't want people going into it like, oh, wow, okay, wasn't expecting that. Just know that there are talks of those things in this book. But like I said before, Ryan and Indy really do communicate. Even though they have some things that go on in this book that they should have probably talked about a little bit more rather than kind of jumping the gun a little bit. But just know that there are some things in here that are quite emotional and that could trigger some people. But overall, excellent book, and I loved it. Wish I weren't blue, but it's dark outside. We're gonna talk about the next book that I'm reading. I decided to start with Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score. And I got to the 3rd chapter in this. Don't really have much to tell you about. Just wanted to let you know that I did start reading it last night. And I'm not sure about the writing style at the moment. It's a little off for me. It's a little weird to me. I'm going to continue reading it. But yeah, I'm not sure about if I click with the writing yet. But I do know that it is about this cop named Nash, or he's a captain named Nash, and then, what is her name? I can't remember her name at the moment. I don't remember the chick's name at the moment. I will figure that out later. But she is Nash's brother's ex-girlfriend. So we have that situation going on. And I know that she's a lawyer. No. I know that she works in insurance. And then, like I said, he's the captain of the police department. And something happened to Nash where he got shot previously. And she's there to try to investigate some stuff, I guess. I don't really know. Like I said, I just got to chapter 3. But I wanted to fill you in and let you know that I did start reading that book last night. Or reading this book last night. Just wanted to fill you in on all the deets that I have at the moment. But those are really all the deets that I have at the moment. But I'll continue reading it. I know my hair looks crazy right now. And yeah, but yeah. So I'll continue reading it 50% and I'll let you know how I feel about it. And yep, okay. So I'm at the 50% mark of the Things We Hide from the Light. And it's okay so far. I don't know if it's like I don't know if it's gonna be my favorite book ever, because it's kind of boring at times. But this is about Nash and about Lena, and Nash is the chief of police. Like I said in the previous video, he was injured on the job, he got shot. And then Lena, I thought she was into insurance, but she's actually a bounty hunter, which is kind of cool. And she is on the job to try to find something that someone stole. And Nash's case and Lena's case have the same person that's being investigated. He actually did not get, he got away after doing what he did to Nash. But Lena is investigating him for something else because he stole something from one of her clients. But there's just a lot of grappling. There's just a lot of angst in this book. Lena and Nash are super attracted to each other, but they don't want to start anything with each other because Nash is still going through a lot of things from what happened to him. Lena doesn't want to be in a relationship. She doesn't want to be tied down. So like I said, they're attracted to each other, but they argue a lot, and it's more of a pushback, like, I don't want to be in a relationship, but I really like you. I don't want to hurt you, you know. Nash is like, she is attractive. I feel things for her. She makes me feel alive again, but he doesn't want to be in a relationship with her because she did not tell the entire truth. And then there's just a lot of side characters too. So there's a lot in this book. And there's also a really cute doll named Piper that Nash and Lena both rescued, but Nash is fostering her. So there's just a lot in this book. The friend group is Nash's friends, Lucian, and Knox is his brother. They're trying to get him to stay away from Lena because of what she does and because they're her friend. Whereas Lena's friends, Naomi and Sloane, are wanting her to like be with Nash because they make a good couple and stuff like that. So 50% mark. There's like, I didn't realize that this book was over 600 pages, almost 600 pages long. So I got a good ways to go. But just wanted to fill you in and let you know that I'm halfway through it and it's okay so far. I don't know if it's going to be my absolute favorite, but it's good enough to continue, if that makes sense. So I ended up finishing The Things We Hide from the Light, and I gave it 2.5 stars. It was not my favorite romance. It was a very slow burn. It was entirely too long, and then once they realized that they were like enamored with each other and everything, they were automatically saying that they loved each other, and like it was slow, and then it was just like boom, 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 boom. And then there was also another like plot line in this story where Nash and Lena are trying to hunt down this guy. So it's like trying to be a suspense romance too, while it's also trying to be a slow burn. And I don't really know. It was just kind of odd to me. I didn't really, like I said before, I didn't really click with the writing style all that much. It did have some humorous parts in it. It did have some really sweet parts in it. They were very, very physical, and like I said, it was just like, oh my god, yes, I love you so much now. Let's be together, and you know, that kind of thing. And there's just, I don't know, I just didn't really click with it all that much, and it wasn't my favorite. So 2.5 stars. Sorry if that's like your favorite romance ever, but it wasn't mine, y'all. I started Final Offer last night, and I'm already at the 50% mark, and I am really enjoying this book. It is a harder hitting romance than I was anticipating for it to be, just because the things that I've heard of the other books in this series, but this is about Callan, or Cal, he goes by Cal in the book, and Lana, and they grew up together. They had a romance together when they were younger, and then something happened with them where Cal moved off, Lana stayed, and they haven't seen each other in 6 years. But now Cal is back because he's ready to sell his grandfather's house that was left to him. But there's a catch, because Lana is also living in the house that his grandfather owned, and she owns it as well. So they're having to figure out all that. They're doing some renovations to the house, which I have been enjoying. And you just see like the chemistry that they have. But Lana also has a daughter, and she's 5. So she's trying to protect her daughter, and she's trying to protect herself from Cal, because Cal, what he did really broke Lana's heart, and she doesn't want him back in her life. But that chemistry and that pull that they have towards one another is just off the charts, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm also enjoying the banter in here. Like I said, their chemistry, the humor that's in here, but there's also some really important topics in here too, of alcohol abuse, drug abuse, being an addict, because Cal is an alcoholic and he is struggling with that, and he has always struggled with that throughout their like entire relationship, pretty much from the time that they were teenagers on up. So he's really struggling with that, and it's just kind of hitting home, or kind of hitting hard for me, because of the addiction part of it. If you haven't been around somebody who has been an addict, or been in somebody's life who is trying to get over an addiction, it is a very tough place to be in, and it is very emotional to see your loved ones just like to see your loved ones do that to their body and do that to their mind and everything, because Cal has a very, he's considered a genius, but he does stupid crap all the time. And Lana's like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand why you do this to yourself, knowing what you're doing to your body. And Cal, he does it. Cal also has ADHD, and he is also a billionaire. He is a trust fund baby, basically. So he doesn't have a job or anything like that. And Lana is working her tail off to raise her daughter by herself. So it's, like I said, it's a very emotional read, but I'm enjoying it. And I really hope Cal gets his crap together, which I think he will. I think he will. But we shall see. But I just wanted to let you know that I am reading that book and I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm flying through it. And it's my kind of romance, because it has real life things that could happen and it's not just all the physical stuff. So second chance romance, humorous, childhood lovers. Yes, all of the vibes and all of the feelings and all the emotions. Alright, so I finished Final Offer and I gave it 4.5 stars. I really like this book. It was one of those books that kept me entertained the entire time. There were a lot of real life issues going on in this book as well that kind of hit home for me. And Cal, being who he was kind of hard to read at times because he was just very much self-sabotaging. And then Lana, she was just trying to protect herself and her daughter the entire time, which is completely understandable. It's, again, like I said about The Right Move, this book was very real, it was very raw, and the chemistry that Cal and Lana had was just off the charts. The only reason I didn't give it a 5 star is because Cal just continuing over and over and over again to sabotage the relationship, even though he knew that he didn't need to or didn't want to, kind of got it was a little bit too repetitive for me, which is understandable because he has an addiction. Cal finally overcame his addiction, which was very nice to see. And yeah, so it was just one of those very sweet, intense, magnetic romances, and I love that in my romance. And I am excited to go back and read the previous books because I really liked all of the other characters, like the side characters, his brothers, and their wife and fiance. I really enjoyed them. But yeah, overall it was just really sweet romance. And Cal is a swoon when he is not drinking. And I think that's why Lana continued to like want to be with him and try to give him chance after chance after chance, because when he was not drunk or when he was not drinking, he was just like a really sweet dude, and he was very affectionate, and he was just like all around a great guy. But drinking and his addiction made the worst come out of him. So if you've never been around that kind of stuff before, it's very hard to deal with. But anyways, overall, great romance. I can see why it's on the GoodReads list. And it did have some diverse characters in the book as well. So I was happy to see that. So we are moving on. I started on Happy Place last night, and I got to about the 50 page mark of this book, and all I know is that this is a book about a group of friends who are going back to this one house that they go to every summer, and we find out that the house is being sold. So this is the last summer that these people have together, and we have Harriet and we have Wynn. They were fiancés, but they have broken up, but their friend group does not know about it yet. And we find out that one of their friends and their partner are getting married this weekend as well. So they have to, Wynn and Harriet have to pretend that they are still together since their friend group does not know. And they don't want to ruin, they don't want to ruin their friend's wedding, and they don't want to ruin their last summer together in this house. So overall, I am enjoying it so far. I'm not, like I said, I'm not that far in. but when I'm at the 50% mark, I will let you know how I feel about this. Today is December 5th, so I have some reading to do because I have this book and I also have Truly Yours left for this reading vlog. So also the results come out on the 7th. I did not vote because I did not think that was fair, that I have not read all of the books that I wanted to read for the GoodReads Choice Awards, but we will see who the winner is on the 7th together. But yeah, I'll fill you in once I'm 50% into Happy Place. Just got home from my mama's birthday dinner, but I wanted to let you know that I am a little over halfway of this book. Today is December 6th, so the results for who wins the GoodReads Choice Awards are tomorrow. So hopefully I'll finish this up by tonight. Might not because I'm really tired. Today was a long day. But anyways, I wanted to fill you in and let you know my thoughts on this so far. This is an emotional romance, and I was expecting it to be emotional, but I wasn't expecting to get this emotional in it. This is about Harriet and Wynn, and they have dated. They were fiancés in the past, and you get like past and present chapters in this book too. But the twist is that they are on their normal friend trip that they do every summer, and they are no longer together as a couple, but their friends don't know that, so they are having to sleep in the same room together. So it's a one-bed situation, close proximity situation, you know, all of those things, second chance romance. And you're getting to see that they still have like a lot of love for each other, but something happened. We still don't know what happened yet this far in the book, and I'm on page 243, so still don't know what happened as to why they broke up. I'm getting little hints here and there, but this is a pretty emotional read. I got kind of emotional last night reading it, not like crying or anything, but I kind of teared up a little bit because they really did love each other, and they still really do love each other, but something just happened where they broke up, and their friend group is really strong. It's just all around like a feel-good romance, and I'm enjoying it. So y'all, I am tired. Today has been a day. So it is the end of the day, which I was wanting to do this with you at the beginning of the day, but you know, life gets in the way of that kind of stuff quite frequently. So we're gonna go over the winner of the romance category for GoodReads and see how I feel. I did not finish Happy Place last night like I wanted to. I ended up falling asleep because I was very tired last night, but I wanted to still do a live reaction with you of the romance winner in the category to see if it's a book that I've already read or not, you know. So let's see. All right, let me go ahead and click on romance and let's see who won. Ha! What did I tell you? So Happy Place ended up winning. The next one, or the one in the next place, would be Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood, then Yours Truly, then Things We Hide in the Light, romantic comedy, Final Offer, King of Pride, The Right Move, 7 Year Slip, Wildfire, Meet Me at the Lake, Pucking Around, True Love Experiment. So they put all of them on here. Practice Makes Perfect, Powerless, In the Likely Event, Hello Stranger, You Again, A Long Time Coming, and The Long Game. So basically all of the very hyped books are at the very top, obviously, because that's how it usually goes. Does this list, does it surprise me? No, does not surprise me at all. I figured that Emily Henry was going to win anyways, because Emily Henry, the most people have read that book. There's like over 500,000 people that had read that book when I first looked at it, and I believe, well, let's just click on it and see. Yeah, over 500,000 people have read it. I'm in the middle of reading it right now. I don't think it's going to be a 5-star read for me. I think it's going to be probably a 4, 4.5 maybe. It might turn into a 5-star, you never know. But the winner doesn't surprise me at all. So just wanted to go over the winners with you. And once I finish Happy Place, I am gonna still continue. I'm gonna continue with this reading vlog because I said that I would read yours truly as well, just to see, and then we'll compare, contrast, and we'll put these books in the order that we'll put the books that I read in the order that I think they should go, you know, that I think, because obviously so far my only 5-star read in this reading vlog has been The Right Move. And in my opinion, The Right Move right now is still better than Happy Place. So just want to let you know, but I will give you my final thoughts on Happy Place, and I'll still read yours truly, and then we'll do another little chart, you know, and we will talk about what my top book or what my top ratings will be for this reading vlog. So I'll let you know. Filling you in. Finished Happy Place. Happy Place is one of those books that is fine line between women's fiction and just romance. There was romance in here. I'm not going to say that there wasn't, but there was a lot more friendship love than there was actual like romantic love in here. We find out why Harriet and Wynne broke up, and it really comes down to communication. If they would have just communicated, then this would have never happened. But then you also see the love that Harriet, Sabrina, and Cleo have for each other throughout this whole story. It's a really great friend group book, but I don't classify this as true romance, and that's where books like this kind of get on my nerves a little bit, because they are marketed as romance, but I believe that this is geared more towards women fiction. Not that it's a horrible book by any means, but I did end up giving it 3 stars because it kind of got boring to me at the end. After we find out why Harriet and Wynne broke up, it really just focuses on the friend group rather than their whole relationship. And after they talk, it's just like they get right back together, and then yeah, that's basically it. I don't know. I see why people love this book, because it's not, it is like I said, it is a romance, sort of, but it more focuses on the friendship group than anything, in my opinion. And it kind of got slow, it kind of got repetitive at the end. There's this like whole big issue going on with the friend group. They're all trying to figure out why each other is irritated at each other. Sabrina and Chloe, they have something, they got like a tiff going on, and then Harriet's just kind of like, I want to fix everything, because Harriet is a fixer. She always has been a fixer. That's one of her main issues, and she couldn't fix her relationship with Wynne, so there's that. But it's just one of those books that I was like, this book is okay. Like it kept me entertained for the most part, but it wasn't like my perfect romance. So it did win. I can see why it won, because it's not one of those steam romances. It's just a very easy book to read, and you see a lot of love between the people. I also really enjoyed the metaphor behind this, where it's a happy place, but in reality it doesn't have to be a place that makes you happy. It's just those that you have around you and those that you love and all that kind of stuff. So that was that's the whole premise behind the Happy Place. So still think if you haven't read it, pick it up. It's a pretty good book. I still believe that People We Meet on Vacation is the best Emily Henry book that I've read so far. So there's that. Then I am halfway through Yours Truly, and this is the swoon. Okay, I'm swooning over Jacob in this book because he is just like everything you want in a dude. And then we have Brianna, and she is like this go-getter, just very brash very open with her emotions, doesn't take any crap doctor who is trying to get this like residency at where she works. It's a, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a director type position, and she's trying to get that. And then we have Jacob who has moved from another hospital into the ER, and Brianna and him don't really get along at first because he's very quiet, he's very off-putting, he doesn't really like people, he's very introverted, and he comes off as a jerk. So Brianna's like, you're a jerk, I don't understand why you're here. And then Jacob is like, I'm sorry. And then he ends up writing her a note, and after that note, Brianna's like, okay, so this is how he is. Because like I said, he's very closed off, he's very introverted, he's very anxious, and he doesn't know how to talk to people. He has social anxiety. And after she finds that out, she's just like trying to help him through that, and they become friends. And it's really sweet because they take lunch breaks together in this like closet where they can just get away from everybody. And it feels very real and it feels very raw. Jacob just went through a breakup with his ex-girlfriend, who is now engaged to his brother. So obviously there is some issues going on in his family. And Brianna is now divorced from her husband after 10 years. And her husband cheated on her, so she's not ready for a new relationship. They're really just friends as of right now. They are attracted to each other, but it's more friendship because they are now fake dating, because Jacob needs a date to his brother's wedding that's going to happen with his ex-girlfriend. It's really weird. But Brianna's brother is in need of a lung transplant, and she finds out that Jacob is the one who is the perfect match for her brother and has said that he would give up her lungs. So that's why she's helping him out. But all of that being said, all of that is in the synopsis, so it's not any kind of spoilers in my opinion. But their relationship right now, or their friendship, whatever you want to call it, is just so freaking cute. And like I said, I'm swooning over Jacob. He is the sweetest thing ever. And I really like Brianna. She's just, like I said, she's just very go-getter, and she has a lot of love to give, even though she's scared to give it because of what her ex did to her. But I am really, really enjoying it so far. It's a slow burn, slow burn. I can tell that it's going to heat up though pretty quick. And right now they're just fake dating, and they're having to go through like they're having to go to like Jacob's family stuff and everything. So yeah, it's cute. I'm enjoying it so far. So that's my update. Just want to let you know. Wanted to let you know I finished this book and I ended up giving it 5 stars. Thought that it was a very emotional. I also thought that it was written very well. I like the relationship that Brianna and Jacob had. They were very sweet to one another. They really wanted to work on their relationship. They really wanted it to work. They did everything that they needed to they did everything that they needed to do to make it work. And they just really, really tried. Like I said, it is a pretty emotional read. This is an emotional romance. It does have some funny parts in it. It has some humor in it. The writing style in here is easy to follow, and like it was just an overall one of those really emotional, feel good as well books. It also made me tear up a couple of times. So if a romance can make me fall in love with the characters, because I was like swooning over Jacob the entire time, and I was rooting for Brianna the entire time. They've both been through a lot. They both had to go through really bad relationships. They found each other. They fake dated, you know, that whole thing. But they just really wanted to be together, and I love that. Love that for them. So I can see why this book is on the GoodReads Choice Awards. Do I still want diversity, more diversity on the GoodReads Choice Awards next year? Obviously, yes, I would like that. But I wanted to put up my final chart for you, so I'm gonna slide over here for a second. So my final chart. These are my rankings and where I think that these books should have fallen on the GoodReads Choice Awards at the, like, you know, that whole list that we went through, the ranking system of it. So my first choice is still The Right Move. I don't know what it is about that book, but I still keep thinking about that book, and I absolutely loved it. Then obviously we have Yours Truly. Then we have The King of Pride, because I really still love that book. I still think about that book all the time. That series I really want to dive deep into in the new year. So I have books 1 and 3, and then there's another one that's supposed to be coming out too, I believe in 2024. So really want to read that series as well. And then the next one I have is Final Offer. I gave that one a 4.5 stars. It was still really good. It wasn't my 5-star perfect romance, but I still want to continue on with that series as well. I can understand why that series is so beloved. Next one is Wildfire, and I gave that one a 4-star. Then I have Happy Place. I still think Happy Place is totally overrated. I still think that it should be in the fiction category rather than the romance category, because it's more of a women's fiction book than anything to me. And then lastly is that one by Lucy Score, All the Things We Had in Light. I did not really particularly care for that book. Gave it a 2.5 star, I believe, if I remember correctly. Pretty sure I did. It was just too long. Didn't really care for the characters all that much, and didn't really feel connected to anything in that book besides some of the humor. But so those are my, that's this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I am gonna probably do the horror category. I think I'm just gonna read the top 5 in the horror category, so keep a lookout on that. That'll probably be coming out closer to the new year time. But I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought, and let me know if you read any of these books. Let me know what your ranking would be for the books, or which books you wanted to see on the GoodReads Choice Awards for the romance category, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.